Greetings from Kaysville, Utah. Today is Thursday, September 15th, 2022. It is 11:53 a.m. Mountain Time, and we are here at the Scarecrow Walk, which is brought to you by Utah State University's Botanical Center. The event runs from September 8th to the 18th. So even though Halloween is over a month away, I figured, hey, I never have an issue getting an early glimpse at scarecrows and the fall season. See, they have a bunch of sponsors related to the area like Lagoon and such, but we're going to go ahead and try to begin walking. There's a map right there that shows you kind of what path to take. That's why I knew to start over here, and the scarecrow exhibits are all labeled with numbers starting from the beginning. So this one here says Garden Guys and Gals, and it gives a little promotion to follow them on social media. Even the wind is blowing, but you can see number one, and each of them has a QR code, because I believe if you want to vote for them as like the top scarecrow, there are some financial incentives. And this area here is the edible demonstration garden portion of the botanical garden. I actually have a map in my pocket, but they also have the scarecrow maps here. Let me just show that real quick. So we're at the edible demonstration garden in Orchid right here. It says start here. And based on the numbering system, I'm not quite sure if we're supposed to go this way or that way, but we're going to go probably this way. And it also lists all the entries, like the first one is Garden Guys and Gals, and then the next one is J&J Nursery. So that should probably tell you if you're all in order. And I think the one that was located just over here next to the start, but in the green area, was number like 37, and kind of looks like there may be 37 entries or so over here. So that probably makes sense. So this is exhibit number 2, J&J Garden Center. So the scarecrow entry is probably this guy right here. Very detailed. I love all the intricate details with this display. You know, the full clothing display, the shovel, the fruits and vegetables on the ground, the little pumpkin guys, the tiny bats. Even that one on the left is holding like a kitty cat. There's like two witch legs coming out of the pocket. And then in addition, I don't know if, I assume this is part of the entry, like all the other decorations that are associated with it. So this is a really nice display. I know it's only number 2 that we're looking at right now, but I think this one would be pretty hard to beat in terms of having a complete display. I'm just going to grab a picture. I'm going to try to take pictures as I go along too, so I don't have to walk the entire exhibit again later on to take pictures. And this one will probably be the thumbnail if I had to guess, or the early front runner for it. The label says Mr. Scarecrow. You know what? I gotta take a selfie too. Let's see here. Flip the camera around. Okay. And then Botanical Garden also has some swinging benches you could go on over there. There's a backyard orchid. Ooh, the backyard orchid looks pretty cool. Showcases 40 types of great heirloom and modern apple varieties peaches, plums, apricots, pluots, and pears. All varieties are well suited to northern Utah climate and soil types. I don't know if this sign over here has anything to do with it. Also says produce used for research. Please do not pick. I assume that's for everything, but looks like the grapes over here. The sprinkler system set up. That's really nice to actually see like the live fruit in a botanical garden. Granted, I have not been to a lot of them, but the ones I've been to in the past have not actually had active fruit. Or no, I take that back. There was probably the one in Brooklyn did have a portion of the place dedicated to it. But there's like a lot of fruit in this one. Alright, so even though I'm fascinated by the fruit there, I do want to try to stay focused on the scarecrows. So let's continue back on that path. We have to try to do our best not to miss any scarecrows along the way. But the rest of them, I believe, are spaced apart, starting on this walking and biking trail. Looks like from the Wizard of Oz, right?
Come on. Come on. I'm going to ask you a question. No, you got to come with me. Do I even have to be a puppy?
So you got the lion, Tin Man, Scarecrow, and then of course the main character with the red slippers on too. That one is by Rachel Crary, Debbie, and Fred. Well, the last name just blew away. Lorcher? Yep, and then when you look at the name on the list, it does have it like that. So now we're in the Pollinator Habitat. Help us fly, give our brooms a gentle push. Oh, they're encouraging you to push them. So you got the Three Witches here, sponsored by Discover Davis. Honeybees on the premise, beware. I don't know about the honeybees, but when I was, first I'm going to take the word that I can give them a little push. Jesus Christ, that made me nervous. I was going to knock it over. It is spring loaded on the bottom though, so they're built to handle it. And there's a little skeleton popping out of the ground. Number 5 by Lagoon and Valley Nursery. That's really cool how they have the, I assume those are horses, right? But made up of the little, I don't know what to call them, but the various green plants. And they also have a nice little display with the pumpkins and I don't know what you call those, gourds. Oh, there is a little sign there. These carousel horses are made of 700 sempervivum succulents, also known as hens and chicks. This is the urban farm demonstration garden. Oh, we have a competitor already for the Wizard of Oz. There's no place like an Ovation home. So the sticker is blowing on this one, but let me make sure I know what number it is. Number 6. So you've got a different version of the Scarecrow, their own spin-off of Tin Man, and oh, they got the dog's name. What was the dog's name? Darn it. I'm gonna have to look it up. I should know that. I also like the house with the tornado cloud coming out of it and the witch's feet. Toto. I mean, I didn't look it up yet. I'm still, see, proof. I'm still typing. I didn't look it up. Wizard of Oz. Dog. Yep, Toto. So Dorothy's dog Toto in the little basket there. So that was number 6. I see a scarecrow over there, but I'm not sure if that's part of the exhibit or if that's just like a legitimate scarecrow. What does the sign say? Hello, I'm Flora, the resident scarecrow. Please vote for my friends. Okay. So Flora is always here. She's not part of the Scarecrow Walk, but all of her friends are. I wonder if these are... No, that's probably not outhouses, are they? Probably just storage sheds for various gardening supplies. Here's Crumble Cookie. Oh, who doesn't love crumble? And they got the huge... Those, I tried those 2 cookies. Those are supposed to be the original cookies. The big chocolate chip cookie and the sugar cookie with the pink on it. I haven't tried the other 2 that are on the left and right there. I don't see the number for this one. Maybe it blew off, but oh, nope, it's on the leg over there. So that should be number 7, I think. Yep, number 7 for Crumble Cookie. Last year, when I was in Utah, I went to Thanksgiving Point at the Ashton Gardens and did a Scarecrow Walk there, and they also had some very nice displays, although you had to pay admission to get in there. This place, it was free to walk around, and you can see there's not a lot of people here, and the Scarecrow displays are pretty impressive too. Alright, number 8 is Kaysville City. So the heads, I don't know if they were originally like that, if they were propped up more, but the heads appear to be a little bit sunken down at this point. This one is Ron on the right, and like a safety emergency worker on the left. Let's see here. Number 9. Brought to you by Rockin' E Country Store. I'm not quite sure. I mean, other than the 3 scarecrows, what I'm trying to say is I don't know if there's a theme, like if this is representing a scene or characters from something else, but nonetheless, 3 fun-looking scarecrows. Let's see if we can work this out here. I think it may be too far to work out. Can you see me at all? No. Not doable. You need a second person for that. Number 10, Layton Elementary, Mrs. Smith's class. That's pretty fun to get a classroom involved. I remember when I was in elementary school, 5th grade in particular, we did a really involved project as a class for many weeks of like crocheting these 3 large puppets, like the head, and then I think it was mostly the heads that we were decorating, but the heads were pretty big, like probably they were circular shaped, and probably from like the hat to like the body, and then there was sticks that were eventually on the bottom of them, so you, like, the people at the bottom could hold the sticks and act like we were doing a puppet show, which we did do eventually, and came up with a little storyline for it. I remember as we were coming up the storyline, it was structured where each kid in the class would do the sentence, and like the next kid would form the next sentence of the story. So the story was going one way, and all of a sudden I said something about like an alien ship coming down and doing something, and that ended up changing the direction of the story, at least temporarily. I don't know, I wanted to be creative and throw something in the mix. This one might be more manageable. Let's see here. At least for this one on the end. I think I can... No, that just looks weird. But anyway, Scarecrow number 11. WHS Volunteer Services. It's not scary to volunteer. Number 12, I believe we're on now. The Weber Association of Master Gardeners. I assume there's a prestigious gardener association. Like the little wagon that it's holding with the pumpkins and such. Anything related to the garden companies seem to have something like that built in besides the scarecrow component, which I think it's always a good idea to have like a background scene if possible. Number 13, don't be caught unaware. Don't be scared to foster. So Utah foster care. And if I happen to catch the QR code at the beginning, they do encourage And speaking of which, the QR code, I'll zoom up right here so that if anyone wants to donate, they can. Because it's always appreciative, especially when there's a free event like this and the time and effort that everyone put in. If you want to donate, there's the QR code. What do we have here? The Spudhead family. Please change our faces. Oh, very interesting. So it's kind of like a Mr. Potato Head thing, right? I don't know. Let's see what we're possibly can do here. I don't know if the witch hat we can necessarily. Oh, we could stick that on there. Let's give it big eyes. I don't know if it'll stick. No. Oh, that I'm supposed to stick this part on here. Not having the best luck getting it to stick. Probably certain things stick better than others, right? Maybe these eyes. Well, I got it to I got it to stand up for a second. This could be one where the weather elements have hurt its ability to stay put. It's like a big ear. Yeah, it's not necessarily sticking to. Oh, I think I see what it is. So see where this is, that's where you're supposed to like stick it, possibly. And then these spots right here, like here and here, originally would have had those white spots, like this one. Still has 3 of them remaining, but the rest of them have come unglued. Still a good idea. Probably like the first day that the scarecrows, on September 8th went up, it was probably much more complete where you could stick it to anything. What's your scarecrow name? So first letter of your first name. So let's see, that'd be C for Chris. Creepy. Last letter of your last name. That would be Y. And the day I was born too. So my scarecrow name is Creepy Costumed Instigator. I am a creepy costume instigator. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but that sounds like a cool scarecrow name. Number 15 is Loveland Landscape and Gardens. One of the coolest thing about these scarecrows, again, I know I mentioned earlier about having like possible backdrops, but you don't even need necessarily an extravagant backdrop, because like look at the mountain view that's in the background. Just perfect. What kind of bee is that? I wonder if that's one of the honeybees. So we're exiting this archway here. There was an archway on the other side. But the Scarecrow Walk still continues. says these scarecrows were made by members of the Davis County 4-H Teen Council. That's number 16. Snap, fizzle, boom. Now hiring the Centennial Clearfield City. So this is, Clearfield City is what this one is for. So even though we're in Kaysville, Clearfield, I believe, is a nearby city. And they're representing their city workers with the police force, construction worker in the middle, and then Freedom Run 2022. So I assume maybe, probably a city worker who participated in like a marathon type of run. What? They actually have a toy gun in there. And I like how they has the belt with the Motorola radio. Looks like they also had some sticks up as some of the backdrop, but those have fallen down. Probably work vehicles can drive through here still, so they have the cones set up as a little partition for anyone walking through. Number 18 is the Layton Heritage Museum. It starts with a seed. The Layton Heritage Museum presents the pedigree of a pumpkin. Oh, okay, so I get it now. So the pictures are showing the progression of how a pumpkin's formed. So you got the seeds down there, then it starts sprouting. Got like a little yellow thing. Then it goes like that. Eventually becomes green. Gets closer to a pumpkin, and I assume instead of showing a picture of it, we have the real live, well, not a live pumpkin, but a representation of the final product of the pumpkin. Number 19, Kathy and Alan Rolfing. This one looks like a standard scarecrow. He has a little fly swatter on the left side there with a flower attached to it. I like the face too, with the hair and the mustache. So this is an example of a scarecrow that's very well put together. Like, the exhibit itself may not represent a TV show or movie or other scene, but like, it looks like a human being scarecrow, you know what I mean? Not a human, but like the proportion sizes, the clothing, the fact that it's not limp anywhere. So yeah, it's very, very well constructed. I am going to try to vote on these things later, but that's why another reason why I'm taking the pictures besides social media purposes. But it's so hard to vote because, not just in this, but on a lot of things, when you have different representations like that. I still like that number 2 exhibit that we saw the most. But like a scarecrow like that, you know, they put a lot of effort into it, the proportion, etc. But like, how do you compare that to something you may find cooler like the Wizard of Oz scene? I don't know. Number 20 is Mathnasium, the Math Learning Center. Fun theme here, promoting math. All the pencils sticking up out of the ground. And the pencils actually extend to over there too, the blue ones. Those must be pretty firm. How do they get them to stay in the ground without falling over? I wonder if it's like these things and then they covered it. And they've got some formulas there. Alright, I'm not going to try a third time to stick my head. I learned my lesson the other 2 times. Number 21, Ember Services, Camp Ember. Next up is number 23, the Ogden Botanical Gardens USU. So this is actually the Botanical Gardens from Ogden, which I did go to, if I'm not mistaken, if that's the same one I'm thinking of, when I did a bike riding video back in July 2021. You got this scarecrow, appears to be, is that a deer? Right? And this scarecrow says Jerry Goodspeed. I don't know if that's like the person in charge or what. And then it looks like we're going to continue down that direction. So this one is promoting the Syracuse City Pumpkin Walk. This is number 24, right? Yeah, from Syracuse City. October 27th, 29th, 7 to 10 p.m. I don't know, I mean the scarecrows continue there, but I don't know if this Cars exhibit is part of the Scarecrow Walk. But I'm going to head over to it. I gotta be careful where I'm walking. I just stepped on something. Okay, there is a number on it. Number 25, so it is the right order. This is the Utah State University BC Farmers Market. It's like eager racing horses, racing dogs I meant, or just dogs in general. And then the character from Cars. I've never actually watched the movie Cars, but I assume that that's what that's part of. Looks like that's made out of almost foam, right? Very fun construction. Even got the little tires on it. Number 26, Roseanne Oldroyd. We all scream for Aggie ice cream. Aggies all the way. So I don't know if this place is promoting the Aggies in general or just the ice cream. But either way, you can see they got a bunch of flavors of ice cream there. Let's see what flavors they got featured. Aggie Bull Tracks, Huckleberry Caramel, something custard, salted caramel was the caramel. Even though it's only like 71 degrees, which is very pleasant, it is getting, the sun is making it feel a little bit hot, so I could go for ice cream today. Speaking of ice cream, does this guy like an ice cream cone here? What the heck? We got two scarecrows related to ice cream. USU Extension Marketing. I guess they're trying to show off how they can extend the marketing, right? From one scarecrow to the next. So this one's shaped like an ice cream cone. Famous Aggie ice cream. They got the boxes. There any ice cream bars in there? Darn it. Nope. See, the pants are made of like stretch pants, ice cream colored. There's a sign here that says vendor parking food truck, so I wonder if some of the days they were here, maybe they also had food trucks. That would all explain why they have like the benches with the tents set up. This scarecrow appears to be jumping rope. It says uplift jump rope. That was number 28 that we just passed. Number 29, EFNEP. It stands for Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program. The scarecrow with like a big dress but made up of various materials with the sun umbrella. And in the background you also have the inflatable guy Oh, look, and a Scarecrow Walk straw maze. Let's see here. How can I... Hopefully I don't get lost. Oh no, that's a dead end. I'm just kidding. I knew the exit was over here. That exit takes us to the giant inflatable scarecrow. This one I don't see a number on, so this is probably just the garden center having the fun inflatable guy. This is another one where you can stick your heads in and do like various portraits. This next scarecrow also has kind of the same dress. I wonder if it's the same place. Davis County Master Gardeners. No, it's a different place. So interesting that the same theme is located in back-to-back scarecrows, kind of. But very cool how they shaped all the straw going different directions, and she's also holding a bouquet of flowers sideways. Number 31, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, so the LDS Church, having their scarecrow featured. I know when I was at the Ashton Gardens one last year, they had like two missionaries. I think it was two missionary scarecrows as their promotional. So kind of odd how the arrow's pointing this way now, because that would seem to be the wrong way to go. Although maybe, I mean, there's no right or wrong way to see the order of the scarecrows. But what I meant was there's like 5 or 6 remaining, and I believe those scarecrows are up ahead here. So if you are going in the true order to see all of them, I just would have thought the arrow would have continued pointing this way. Oh, they have bike racks over here. I parked my bike on a pole. But nice to see that they have some dedicated bike racks here. I guess this is the front of the Utah State University Botanical Gardens building. Or rather, it says Kaysville Education Center. Number 32, Utah State University, Kaysville. You got 3 witches and their little witch pot with whatever they're brewing on the left there. When I was riding up, I was wondering, like, oh, is that from a distance? I was wondering, is that a Ghostbuster? But no, it looks like a armed forces type of person. American Legion. So that's number 33. We're in the home stretch. I think it's the final two. Number 35 it should be, right? Utah State University Davis County alumni. This one I believe had a backdrop that was up with like yellow, green, and orange and stalks, but that has been taken down due to the weather elements. Alright, so now I think there's two more. Because I didn't see this one at first. I don't know which one's the right order. If this is the last one. It says number 35. Didn't we just come from 35? Or maybe that was 34, I don't know. In West. So we have our third Wizard of Oz display. Tin Man, Lion, Dorothy. That one also has Toto. Scarecrow. You can see the witches. They don't have the actual witch, but they have the witch's feet. Or sorry, that's not the witch's feet, right? But the house, the backdrop of the yellow brick road, 3 sunflowers. I mean, if you wanted to, you could really vote on which was your favorite of the 3 Wizard of Oz themes alone. It's pretty cool. You got a sundial right here. I don't know, is it accurate? The sundial, I don't know how to read these. Are you supposed to look at the shadow? Because right now it's 12:45. I know this, it is showing like 12. Although I would think 45 would be located more like to that side. And last but not least, number 36, Emily and Andy Robbins. The 2 Scarecrow girls on a swing. Doesn't it figure the sun literally just went down right now, or got clouded by, shielded by clouds. The whole time I was walking in the sun. And then this brings us back to the beginning. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button, give us a subscribe, and we will see you next time. But first, I'm going to sign off with what still I think is my favorite display just from the complete nature of it. You tell us in the comment section which was your favorite.